It's the most wonderful time of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, conference tournament time, OMG. It is Bracketology 4.0, my most recent update here coming Thursday, March 11th, Thursday morning. We're 8:30, 8:40 here in the morning, and guys, do we have a jam-packed day of college basketball. We've got some major movement in terms of the bracket. We're going to talk about that, but I just wanted to talk about the top games today, the top overall games to watch, guys. Duke is a very trendy team. They're making a joke out of the ACC tournament right now. They've completely blown out their last opponents. The impressive win last night against Louisville. They take on a very beatable Florida State team, and guys, I was thinking about Florida State. I think I'm going to have Florida State losing in my first round matchup. They should be about a 4 seed, depending on what happens here with Duke. But it'll depend on their matchup, who they face, what mid-major they get. But I'm not liking Florida State. I know a lot of the ranking services, the analytics, the T-ranks, have Florida State ranked pretty high, and I can't understand why. They benefited from a very watered-down ACC this year, and Duke, you know, the ACC is wide open, and, you know, Duke's a huge program. They've struggled this year. Many people are talking about them. You look at the BPI, they only give Florida State a 1.5-point advantage in this one, and the matchup quality is phenomenal. So that's 6:30 ESPN, going to be a big game. People are going to watch that. Texas Tech at Texas. I expect Texas to win that game, although that is another good one. 9:30, a little late night affair there. You've got North Carolina, who won huge yesterday against Notre Dame. Notre Dame, you know, they're an interesting team. Obviously, they're not going to make the tournament or anything, but they just got absolutely destroyed. And I know Notre Dame won the previous day in round 1 of the ACC on a buzzer beater, but they get eliminated. They will take on Virginia Tech. I like Notre Dame in that matchup. I don't think Virginia Tech's very good. Oklahoma State, West Virginia. I think this is the battle of the overrated teams. I do like the 11:30 a.m. start time. I love those. But if I were to pick a team here, I'll take West Virginia. They're favored by 3. I like them. What's going on with Cade Cunningham's status? Is he playing? We'll have to see. Indiana at Rutgers. Indiana needs a miracle to make the tournament at this point. We'll see if it can start. Rutgers is in the tournament. I have them as a fringe 8 or a 9 seed. They're in the tournament even if they lose. You've got Oklahoma at Kansas. Give me Kansas. I don't like Oklahoma at all. You've got Syracuse at Virginia, and this is kind of why the ACC is so wide open. Virginia's just not that good this year. I mean, they're a solid team, but Syracuse, they're a trendy team. They've won a few games by blowout fashion. We'll have to see. Seton Hall at St. John's. We'll be watching Seton Hall. They need to win this game. St. John's kind of in the next 4 out range. They need to go on a run in their tournament. That's on FS1 at 3 o'clock. How about Michigan State at Maryland? Winner faces Michigan tomorrow. And if I'm a Michigan fan, I'm probably rooting for Maryland, although I don't think Michigan State is really that good. I think there's a false narrative going on right now about Michigan State that, oh, Izzo has his guys fired up. If you rewatch that game against Michigan, Michigan State made a bunch of low percentage jumpers, just garbage shots. I really don't like them. I'm probably going to have them losing in round 1. They should be a 10 or an 11 seed. They're definitely going to make the tournament, even if they lose to Maryland. Maryland needs wins, and they need lots of them. They need to beat Michigan State, and then they need to somehow beat Michigan. That game is also at 11:30. Mississippi State at Kentucky. I like Kentucky here. Yeah, you got to go with the talent. Kentucky obviously has a lot more talent than Mississippi State. Penn State at Wisconsin. You look for them to right the ship a little bit. Utah at USC, and then here's an interesting one of the ones that I really want to talk about. Minnesota at Ohio State. Ohio State needs to win this game badly. Right now, they're a solid 2 seed. If they lose this game, you're talking about a fringe 3 seed. That'll be 5 straight losses for Ohio State if they lose this game. They're heavy favorites over Minnesota. Minnesota looked terrible yesterday against Northwestern. Northwestern was actually favored in that game for some reason. I don't even know how. But guys, if you want to look for kind of an upset game today, looking at some of these lower tier games, how about Kansas State at Baylor? Baylor 27-point favorites over Kansas State. Kansas State beat TCU, so that was a little bit of a surprise. But Western Kentucky, they're a solid team. What was the one game I was going to talk about being a upset? I might have passed it. I think I did pass it. How about San Diego State's 21-point favorites? That surprises me. Wyoming's not that bad. I think Miami of Ohio. Yeah, there it is. Miami of Ohio, Buffalo. Buffalo's 10-point favorites here. I like Miami of Ohio, honestly, to win this game there in the MAC and advance in the MAC tournament. So there are teams that have clinched already, guys. You take a look at the bracket matrix. It is the same four clear-cut number one seeds. I do not think this is going to be changing at all. Illinois and Michigan do not play today. Gonzaga won their tournament. They ended up beating BYU, although they were losing. Gonzaga is trending downward, and it's almost bad that Gonzaga is undefeated going into the NCAA tournament. I know people will disagree with that, but you almost want to have a loss early on in the season. I don't know. But Baylor, they play today. Obviously, Kansas State should be an easy game. Alabama, not playing yet. Iowa not playing yet. Ohio State plays Minnesota. As we know, they need to win that one. I'm not sure what's going on with Houston. I know they recently won on a buzzer beater. They're kind of trending downward. Arkansas is a joke. But guys, you are seeing some teams that have clinched auto bids. How about Drexler clinching an auto bid? I've seen them covering around that 15 seed line right now. You've got a team like Oral Roberts out of the Summit. Good to see a team like that get in. You're looking at some of these teams. You're looking for a team like UMass. Where's UMass at? See, this is the guys. UMass Lowell. They play on Saturday. They're my team. I'm not seeing them on these lists. Very disappointing. Very disappointing. If UMass Lowell wins on Saturday, they're going to be probably a 15 seed. Appalachian State out of the Sun Belts, people were surprised by them. They will be definitely a 16 seed, probably in a play-in game. Grand Canyon. Looking at the state right now, according to Joe Lenardi, he updated this. Gonzaga is still the one seed. First team out, Utah State. We saw Xavier lose yesterday. I was happy about that. I really don't want to see Xavier in the tournament. Nothing against them, just not interested in seeing them. You've got a team like Syracuse who can make a major statement today, moving up. If Syracuse wins today, they're a lock to make the tournament, guys. You look at the last four byes. Louisville taking that terrible loss. They're kind of on that fringe line. Will they have to play? Will they be on an 11 seed and have to play in the first four? We'll have to see with that. Michigan State, to me, is guaranteed to be in no matter what happens. Although a loss to Maryland would be ugly, they have 3 top 5 wins, or they have 3 top 10 wins with Ohio State, Illinois, and Michigan. So that would be tough to leave them out. They also play in the toughest conference in college basketball. The first 4 out, there's Utah State, St. Louis, Xavier. I think Xavier's gone. Memphis was the team that almost beat Houston. Houston won on a buzzer beater. And then there's Duke creeping up if they get a big win against Florida State. I'm guessing they will be moved to this line, which is the first 4 out. And they will keep trending up. Obviously, they're going to do everything in their power to get Duke into at least the first 4 because it will be very good for ratings. Looking at the overall state of the tournament, really, you look at the one thing that I was surprised by. You've got a team. Shout out to Morehead State for getting that auto bid. They will be playing. They're on the 14 line right now. They did have a really nice season. I am surprised they beat Belmont, but it was a very good win for them. Oral Roberts hanging around the 15 seed line right now. You've got a team like Colgate. See, this is what really, I don't understand this, and I think Lenardi has this wrong. How is Colgate and Morehead State both 14 seeds? Like, if I was Texas, I would be pissed. Like, to me, Morehead State is a way worse team. And then you look at the other 14 seeds, Southern Utah and Grand Canyon. Like, Colgate should at least be a 12 or a 13 seed, probably a 12, honestly. They destroy everyone in their path. I know they're playing the Patriot League, but the net ratings love them. And even just based off the fact that the net ratings have them top 15, you got to kind of put them at least 13th, maybe 12th. So that's what I think should happen. But guys, this is just the overall bracket as we can see today. Huge games today. Oh my God, right now, guys, so much is happening. It's ridiculous. We will be watching that Minnesota-Ohio State game. We will be watching that Florida State-Duke game as 2 major ones. If Ohio State loses, do they drop down to the 3 seed? You got to win a game at some point, guys. This is pathetic. You've lost 4 in a row. You've got an easy Minnesota team. You're favored by 10 points. Get the W. And then they get Purdue tomorrow if they win, so that'll be interesting. Ohio State has lost to Purdue already 2 times in a row. And then the whole Duke thing, we'll have to see what happens there. Let's take a look at some of these lower tier matchups, guys. Shout out some of these teams. How about Southern and Grambling in a matchup? Northwestern State. Who remembers when Northwestern State faced Gonzaga in a back-to-back, kind of as a sacrificial lamb earlier this year? I can respect that. I respect that they do that. Northern Colorado, Southern Utah. Southern Utah trying to lock up that bid there in the West. What are some other games here? That's pretty much it. Montana. I saw Montana last night kind of struggling They were massive favorites. They barely won. They'll be taking on Damian Lillard's college, so that'll be interesting with that one. Like I said, I like Miami of Ohio in this one, guys. Miami of Ohio playing good basketball right now out of the MAC. We'll see what happens with them. How about Cleveland State locking up the auto bid out of the horizon? What a game that was. They beat a very good Oakland team in their championship, guys. We are going to have updates. I think my Bracketology 5.0 will be coming out on Saturday, the day before Selection Sunday. And guys, on Sunday, I will be coming out with my full predictions right after the bracket gets released. My motto is, don't think, just go. Right when the bracket gets released, I'm making my predictions. There's no thinking. You go. It's instinct. It's gut. Guys, I watch these games daily. I know what I'm doing. We have basketball all day. How about an 11 a.m. start? Ball State, Toledo. And Toledo are massive favorites in that one. Toledo, we'll see if they can win the MAC. Although I do like Miami of Ohio to get that auto bid out of the MAC. I know it's an upset. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Miami of Ohio recently. They're having a good end of the season. How about Georgia Tech? They're another one of my teams. They get Miami. Miami kind of on a little bit of a run right now. How about shout out to Miami for getting some upsets there in the ACC? I think it comes to an end today, and Georgia Tech gets the benefit of Miami getting those upset wins. They get kind of a layup game, 10.5-point favorites. Guys, that is going to do it for this video. Everything happened so quickly. We're going to have major games tomorrow. Quickly taking a look at the games. A lot of them are, TBD. You've got Michigan playing at 11:30. You've got Alabama playing at noon. Wichita State playing at noon. Tennessee, we'll see who they face. A lot of these games, Illinois doesn't play till 6:30. Arkansas is the most overrated team in college basketball, guys. Like I said, the Ohio Valley is better than the SEC. The SEC is going to have 0 Sweet 16 teams. Mark it down. It's a guarantee. How about Grand Canyon? We'll see who they face, and then the Iowa game, LSU as well. So there's a lot of games. TBD, really can't talk about this very much. Utah Valley playing at 11 o'clock at night on ESPN+. Those are my plans when it comes to Friday. Oh my goodness, I watched that Utah Valley game. But guys, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description, guys. I am, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.